Just waiting for it to connect. Come on. Hey guys, Ryan here, and today we're live for the Misfitz Racing League presented by Moses Family Jerky. The Misfitz 200 here at Las Vegas Speedway for the truck race, and Nostang is on the pole and will be closely followed tonight, at least at the start, by, I believe, Tanklin got second, if I remember correctly. Let me check those finishing results. Yeah, so it was Nostang, Tanklin, Anarchy, Keystone, your top four. C-Man will round out your top five for the starters. B-Mac, Master making up 6th, 7th on the grid. So it's going to be a fun race tonight, and hopefully you guys are as excited as I am for all this. So here we go. Just kind of waiting for them to load in themselves. But yeah, so that's the starting lineup, and actually the top qualifying time was actually pretty quick. 31.823, which is pretty quick compared to what I've run at least there. But granted, I'm also not a racer, so I don't really know too much about it. So yeah, just kind of waiting for it to count down. Looks like it'll be about 20 seconds till they load in, which means 20 seconds till we join on in. And Anarchy may have backed out for a moment. Because I know I was actually 10th on their timer. Yeah, so they just went and paused it to try and get Anarchy back in. So we're going to be running 200 miles, 134 laps here tonight. With 2 times acceleration, black flags on, stages will be on, but the only yellow flags will come from automatic cautions, or the only yellow flags other than the stages will come from manual cautions. So we'll have to wait and find out what's going to happen there. Okay. Here we go. So yeah, getting ready though for the race. Just kind of slight delay here with getting in the race. They're counting down the last few seconds on the timer. Not really sure why Anarchy left the party because he didn't lag out the race. And let's go, loading in. And we're getting ready for the green flag here in the Misfitz 200 here from Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Hopefully you guys are as excited as I am for this one, because I'm excited. It's going to be a little bit of a long run, I feel like, but actually, just kind of looking at comparable races on the timesheet, like for the overall fastest times run so far. Let's see, do we, so yeah, so the other race that was 200 miles, I believe, was the 110 there. Yeah, so it doesn't look like it should be much more than an hour, or than an hour and a half, so hopefully that stays consistent. And here we go. Coming down to the green flag. Nostang Tanklin on the front row as previously stated, and the green flag is out, and they are underway here at Las Vegas. Going to be going for 30 laps, and then the final run to the checkers will be a long run, probably abbreviated by some cautions along the way, but at least for this first stage, it looks like it'll be a 30-lap dash. Now, of course, the possibility always exists that there could be a caution in the first 30, and this short stage gets broken up even more. We got Domino in the 99, and someone way down pit road. It's like C-Man. Z-Man already down pit road. Okay, so early on it definitely looks like Tanklin's trying to bring the fight to the 58. The two of them have really been the top two all season long in the truck series, and really they've defined the truck series. It's been Mustang and Tanklin at the top of the grid, both of which have average finishes under a 4.0, which is really great. I'm actually kind of surprised that they have, well, I guess it shouldn't be too much of a surprise. 4 of the 5 races so far this season have been won by them. And between the two of them and all 5 starts that each of them have made, so each of them have made 5 starts. So between those 10 starts, 1 finish outside the top 10, which is impressive as well. Just kind of adds to it, as well as a combined 5 stage wins between those front 2. I mean, they have really been the class of the field in the trucks. And right now, it looks like Tanklin looking at the bottom, Mustang going up high, trying to hold them off, and they keep it going the same order. But how long will Mustang be able to hold off that 11? Or maybe how long will the 11 continue to try and race them down? Because clearly these two have figured out something, at least on the very short run and on the preset. Now, some of these guys, once they actually are able to make adjustments to their cars or trucks, should be able to find some adjustments, fine-tune them, and get these things going a little quicker and be up there. But right now, Tanklin trying high. He's been looking low. He's been looking high. I don't know where else he could try and make up some lap time here, because he's tried up all the way up against the wall. He's tried all the way against the white line, and he's maintained it right there, but just hasn't been able to find that little bit to get by the 58. They've actually gotten side by side a couple of times, and just 11 not able to find his way all the way clear. Say, I think this might just be the case of the car in front having a little bit cleaner air and having to be honest though, they both only have each other to worry about right now, because the cars behind the 11 are no real worry at this point with just the gap that they've already built. And then you've got no cars in front of the 58 yet, so no one that they're really worried about on that end. So really, it is just a battle between these top 2 for right now. Oh, uh-oh. Bit of contact there. Looks like that'll give Tanklin the opportunity to look low, but didn't really go for it. He could have tried to beat him to the inside, lean in the corner to try and just kind of slide underneath him, but didn't really go for it. Oh, there goes the 58, and that'll give up the lead there to the 11 of Tanklin. He's going to slide through the grass, and that's going to massively hold up Mustang, and that's going to bring him right back to the rest of the field. So the pole sitter now right back with the rest of the field. Now the problem here is that now that he's back with some of these guys, he's probably going to pull a couple of them up to the front when he does go back up there. And that'll then make it a more than 2-horse race, but that's about the 1/3 mark in the stage, so he's got to be careful. It's only 1/3 of the way into the run, and he's already had an incident like that one. That will certainly be something to watch out for. Oh yeah, oh wow, Looks like he's having major handling problems there because he lost out to Anarchy and a couple other drivers as well. So yeah, he just looks like he's having a real difficulty handling that truck after 10 laps. But the race leader's gotten away by over 3 seconds in front of this group. And now Keystone's starting to kind of separate himself out from the rest of those guys like Anarchy. I believe that is in the 3. Oh, wait, no, never mind. That's the 31 then of Hitman in that black number 31. There we go. Yep, 31. Mustang's up there trying to make something happen, but he's just, I don't think he's got enough grip left in that truck to really race these guys. Yeah, I would like to be able to get an idea how low his tires are, but I'm not really sure. But yeah, Tanklin though is absolutely gone. Looks like though Mustang's kind of stabilized here in 4th place. '17's starting to separate himself out from his little group. Looks like let's just do a quick update. Looks like I think who was it that had the issue right on the start? I don't know, but it looks like everybody's kind of found their way back up to the front here. And oh, here we go. Mustang's hitting pit road. Right about at the halfway point of the stage, so we're going to probably start to see some other guys starting to think about it here pretty soon. Or maybe he just had to, a really bad handling car definitely had to come earlier than probably most of these guys thought they would be entering pit road. Working lap into the end of lap 15, that'll start lap 16 right there. Yeah, so right now Tanklin definitely has the edge over everybody else. Keystone definitely has the edge over that second group. But I'm going to be curious to see what's going to happen with the whole way the pit stops are going to happen here. Here comes Mustang out of the pits. He's probably going to have some of these guys right on him here pretty soon. Actually, it looks like he's going to cycle in just behind this next car, and yeah, there we go. The cars starting to come to pit road that aren't just him. So I'd start to say a lot of these guys probably starting to run low on fuel. I don't know what the fuel window was coming into the race. I didn't really think to check, but let's see. 13 laps remaining in the stage. A lot of these guys probably coming for some tires as well. I can't imagine. Mac was coming out. Hitman also came to pit road. Domino this time by comes to pit road. Anarchy's come to pit road, and let's see, is Keystone going to be coming this time by? Yes, he will be. Now the question is how badly do you need that versus is he just coming for the to not lose out to them? Oh no, actually he was burning up his stuff pretty quick too. Yeah, so it looks like maybe just running that fast, that far off the gate, the 58 just kind of burned up all his stuff that early on and really just struggled to keep the car under him for the remainder of it. But yeah, not a whole lot of laps left though in the stage, so not a whole lot to worry about for Tanklin as Tanklin comes down pit road. So here we go. Keystone heading out, Tanklin coming in. This is going to be the game to see who gets it. You got Tanklin on pit road. You got Keystone trying to get up to speed as quick as possible. And uh-oh, did the caution flag come out? Starting to wonder because he's running it looks like he may be running a pace. Either that or he's trying to pace himself. I don't really know what's going on. I'm trying to figure it out myself. So I can't imagine that there was much other okay, yeah, it looks like there was a caution flag out. Potentially, not really sure. Just trying to figure out what's going on here. Because caution in the middle of green flag pit stop is always weird, so yeah. Looks like Hitman's decided to call it quits for the night. I don't know if he lagged out or if he's just gotten upset with his truck already tonight. Definitely possible. A lot of guys just kind of pacing their way around. Roughly 10 laps to go, so it's going to be a question of who's going to get this one, but I don't even know who the leader is. Is it someone up in front of this? Looks like it might be Tyler, actually, who's inherited the race lead off of all this. But we're going to have to wait and see what's going to happen with the pit stop. And also, I'm curious to know who all the lap down, but I'm not really sure. Okay, so it looks like fairly split decision on coming to pit road. A lot of the guys at the front coming in. Keystone coming in, so Keystone having a bit of a split in strategy. So it looks like you can go about 24 laps, I believe, on fuel from the looks of it. I'm gonna say only gonna be about 7 or 8 laps to go when we go back green flag for the finish of the stage. So. Actually, probably going to be close to 7, 8, or 9 even. So it looks like one driver stayed out to take the way around. And some guys doing 2 tires, it looks like. Some of those guys coming out of the pits as quick as they did. And I believe these guys here all took 4, including NOS, Anarchy, Domino, the 33. And the 12, I believe, all took 4 tires, but some of those guys in front of them, like the purple truck there and Keystone, that number 17, blue and purple, I think those 2 may have gone for either fuel only or 2 tire stops here. Now, essentially, the reason to do fuel only would be to try and get ahead on fuel, so you only are doing tires at the stage break. Same with kind of the reason to do 4 tires here would be to take care of your tires on this run, or to completely tear them up, and then depending on what you do from there, either come in or don't come in at the stage break in about 7 laps. Speaking of 7 laps, that's all we have left in stage 1. Green flag is back in the air. And let's see. Oh, sorry, my bad. 8 laps. 8 laps to go on the stage. I'll figure this out at some point. So here we go. Flag's back out, and Keystone's definitely on the march. This is the most anybody's really had for a shot at trying to get to Tanklin. Question is though, will it be enough? My guess is probably, but it's going to be tough to pass him. And say kind of like what we saw from the 11 earlier is that even though he had a fairly even car, or maybe even a little bit of a stronger car than the 58, he really couldn't get on by the 58 that easily. And speaking of the 58, he moves into third place here. Like, at least for the lead, it's kind of starting to settle down. And actually, for quite a few spots, they're getting single file. But I guarantee as we get down to these last 5 laps in the stage, it's going to start to get hectic. And it pretty much has to get hectic pretty quick here. Because Keystone can't just afford to ride in second. Well, he probably could afford to ride in second the entire stage and just kind of give the stage win to Tanklin, but secure himself 9 stage points and all that. So yeah, definitely a pretty good race so far, and looks like Nostang trying to get in on this one as well up in the front, trying to make some passes here as they take 3 laps to go. 3 more times around. Tanklin gonna try and make sure he's untouched. Nostang trying to pass Keystone here to be the guy to go and challenge Tanklin for this stage win. There he goes, Nostang to the race lead, and we saw early on he was very quick, but he didn't have any sort of long run car. Now, we're only running 8 laps, but it was only about lap 9 or 10 that he really lost it, so I'd be cautious to him, but be careful again this time. To not lose it late in this stage and potentially give up points. As they come to the line to take the start the final lap of stage 1, and right now we're watching the battle for second. Leads the battle for second here. Tanklin's starting to kind of pull away, and he'll almost certainly go on to that stage win, assuming that no one does anything too stupid. And it looks like everybody's gonna just kind of follow in line and not really contest these stage points here. Oh wait, no, wait, we might see someone try it, but no, really, the 17 didn't get much of a shot at it. Coming to the line there. So, Tanklin takes the stage win over Nostang. And we don't have a whole lot of time, so I'm not going to bother any of them. Don't want to cause anyone to miss their pit stop stuff. I'm sure some of these guys are going to be trying some adjustments here. Turn off the wheel. Just kind of go to the standard controller I was on, turning some laps myself just for the fun of it beforehand. Okay, so here we go. Getting ready for the start of stage 2. It'll be another probably close to 27 laps here at the end of the stage because of the caution laps there, counting towards this stage. Yeah, 27 laps in stage 2. We get green flag total. Because we ran 3 laps under caution at the end of the stage. And those laps count as the first laps of stage 2. So here we go. Oh! Tanklin got really losing. Oh! Uh-oh. There goes Tanklin around, but the question is that going to be a caution? I am not entirely sure. It looks like, yeah, that will be 2 cars, and in theory should be a caution flag. Well, I guess we should, and we will get the opportunity to go talk to our stage winner, so let's go talk to Tanklin, driver the number 11.
Underneath him anyway, so...
Hey, Tanklin, you got a copy?
He ran his line and I was there. Yeah.
Well, congratulations on the stage win. I know I didn't actually talk to you after the stage because I didn't want to mess anyone up during the automatic caution, but congrats on the stage win, and any idea what happened there? It looked like maybe just someone didn't know, one person didn't know what the other person was doing.
No, I mean, I got a run. I didn't know that I was going to be underneath him when he came off the wall, so it was just racing. And at that point, I was kind of going down and nothing else I could do, so.
Okay, well.
It happens.
How did your car handle, though, through that first stage? Looked pretty quick.
Yeah, pretty quick. I mean, sure, just like everybody else, incredibly loose off, but as the run ran on, but
yeah, well,
he got the lead.
It didn't bite you quite as hard as it bit the 58 there, because while you two were racing up there for the lead, it looked like you just lost that rear grip a bit more than you did, and in the end, that's what kind of put him back in the pack.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of tough. The lobby seems a little looser than what we probably were practicing, so it probably just caught a lot of people off guard.
One last question. Any concern about trying to make your way through the field now after being involved in that caution flag there?
No, we got plenty of racing to go.
Yeah. I was just looking at the fact that it was 25 laps left in the stage currently, so. Well, good luck, and hey, maybe I'll be talking to you at the end of stage 2 as the stage 2 winner as well.
Alright. So.
There we go. Just talked to the winner of stage 1 winner, working the first few laps of stage 2 here. Okay, so here we go. NASCAR on the front row for the restart. Looks like Tanklin sliding back to his spot because I believe he pitted a little bit before the pits were actually supposed to be open. And here we go. Getting ready for the green flag back out in the air, and we're racing once again. So Tanklin out front, or not Tanklin, sorry, Nostang out front. Who's that second car? I believe that's B-Mac, so B-Mac second, third place Keystone now, over the 12 Tyler. So here we go. too wide for second. Looks like it's gonna get clear. No, someone's in the wall, but back a bit. Yeah, so that's Tyler up there, kind of in the top four. Just lost out the spot to Keystone, leaving side by side for. So there's one orange and white car up against the outside wall. That was. Looks like that might have been the 33 I saw way up against the wall. Not sure if he was the guy that was up there earlier as well, both times. Definitely looks like a few of these guys have this thing figured out, at least on a very short run. We've seen some pretty incredible pace early on out of some of these guys. We've also seen it tragically fall off very quick. Okay, so here we go. Just kind of everybody chugging along here. Kind of a lot of guys trying to settle into positions for a little bit, of course, because we're expecting as long as about, I believe, 22, 23 laps to the finish. So right now, Keystone, closest challenger to the number 58 of Nostang, and he looks like he might actually be closing in a little bit here in this number 17 Chevrolet Silverado. He's trying to catch him up here. We thank you guys, everybody that's tuned in so far, and everybody who's continuing to tune in here for the Misfitz Racing League race here from the Truck Series. Xfinity cars will be here tomorrow for the Xfinity Series race presented by Renault Race Car. Of course, tonight we've got the trucks out here dueling it out, and here we go, duel for the lead. Up front and battling it out. Drag racing it. Okay. Man, Mustang and Keystone definitely right on top of each other here. Not sure who's going to end up coming out on top of all this. The two are just dueling. They're just kind of staying right up with each other. I don't know if they're necessarily dueling, because really I haven't seen too much of an attempt to pass here from Keystone. Oh wait, nope, never mind. There it goes. He goes to the inside, sends Mustang up to the high line to try and hold it in his lead, but he's able to do it from the high side, so definitely looking like it might be a little more difficult than that. Keystone to try and get this spot. And the more and more he tries, the more and more he lets the, I believe that's the 12 of Tyler back into this one. Yeah, that's the 12 of Tyler as well now, going on by. Yeah, the more Keystone tries, the more Tyler's kind of put back into the conversation as the, as one of the front runners as well here. So yeah, definitely no one's able to make it from the last pit stop on fuel. Let alone the tires may not last very long either. Let's see, 13. It might be doable actually. Looking at it, 13 laps to go, and I'd roughly estimate that some of these guys would probably be about 12 to 13 laps on fuel. Now, of course, those estimations are always a little skewed and can also be skewed by saving fuel, by doing some fuel saving in the corners. Question is, though, who's going to be saving the fuel and whose tires are going to be able to last that entire distance? Now, maybe that's why we hadn't seen much of a challenge from Keystone. Maybe he's trying to take care of his tires and make sure he makes it all the way to the finish. Or maybe he's just hanging out trying to make sure he is just managing it and can bring home as many points as possible. And just doesn't want to wreck trying to get the lead away. Both are definitely valid possibilities here. Mustang definitely looks like he's trying to hold on to the stage, but actually was trying pretty hard even before I looked at the potential of a green flag, of someone being able to make it all the way under the green flag, all the way to the finish. Now, I'm assuming some of the numbers may come down to how much fuel they were saving under the caution flags as well, because you got to assume they were saving at least some amount under the yellow flag that we had there early on in the stage, on like lap 2 of the stage, I believe it was, when Tanklin had his incident. Also, Tanklin hasn't really made much for moves up through the field very much. Now, he may just be kind of hanging out at the back because he knows he already won the first stage in the bag. I don't think that's any reason to really kind of hang out and relax, but maybe he thinks that that's reason to relax and reason enough to think that he's got at least a good points gap, because he definitely, as I said, he was one of those two guys that's done the best already this season. I mean, an average finish of 3.4 doesn't come very slow at all. Uh-oh, someone's in the grass, and it looks like E-Max coming to pit road. Is that Tyler on pit road? Yeah, Tyler in the grass, I mean. Sorry, I was checking the points and just got distracted, and then all of a sudden we had a car in the grass. Now, I think this is going to be the true test, is going to be whether Keystone tries to chase down the 98 for the position, or if he's just going to ride here and try and manage and run to a pace. Because I think me and most of you guys at this point should pretty much know that I think the 58 isn't going to be able to make it on fuel. Just kind of looking at the laps he's put together and how badly his tires fell off last time around 10 laps into the run. Now there's a chance he saves his fuel, that he's saved his fuel and tires a little better, because he hasn't really been as threatened for that lead the entire time. So there's a chance that he could make it all the way anyway on fuel and tires, but it's going to be close for a lot of these guys trying to make any sort of that strategy work. Now, in terms of Keystone, I think he's probably the first driver, I would say, that is really capable of doing that strategy. And that's going to make it kind of tough for some of these guys like Domino, the 33, some of these guys coming to pit road now, because they've got to think about the fact that there's a good chance they may end up a lap or two down off of this if they do 4 tires trying to get some track position at the end of the stage, because they've just been, the 58s just run such a fast pace, and they clearly haven't been able to keep up most of the night. Looks like the 58 has come into the pits, and that will promote the number 17 to the race lead, with the 3 right on his tail though, and it's going to come down to a question of, can the tires hold on? And I'm just kind of watching the tire gauge, and looks like Keystone's decided that he does not think his tires are going to last him all the way to the stage. So Keystone yields the lead to, I believe, Anarchy now takes the lead. And they got to be careful because there's only 2 laps to go on the stage, so anyone else now from here on the pits, they're going to have to incur the penalty of pitting after the pits are closed, because pits are closed here at this point in the stage. So yeah, it really looks like it's going to be a game of Anarchy's going to try and hold out. Oh, 17 with an issue coming off the pit road, just kind of looks like he looped it. Certainly not going to help his position any. So the good thing is he still looks like he's in the top 10 on and in position to earn some points, but definitely not as big a amount as he was gonna get from pitting earlier, or from pitting when he did, having a solid pit stop. Stage 2 is finished, and let's see, who was your stage winner? Master actually got the stage win. Okay, I was wrong. I thought so Master in the 02 actually was your stage winner, so I was actually wrong on who I thought it was at that point. Looks like, and only 4 cars on the lead lap, and only 1 car 2 laps down, so a lot of these guys got to make the tough decision right now, whether they pit for fresh tires or whether they stay out to try and get their lap back. I think for a guy like the 33, it's got to be no question. He's 2 laps down. He's got to get at least one of them back at some point here. Oh, never mind. He pitted and stayed down there, and the only guy that stayed out, it looks like, was Keystone guy, the number 17, all the way back there. He and Nostang will start at the back as they were the free pass in the wave round, but now we've got a new cast of characters up at the front. We got C-Man in the number 56. We got the 02 of... Wow, it really just is a completely different cast of characters, except for Tanklin kind of creeping around. Anarchy up here. Just kind of the caution coming out for the stage at the right time, and just kind of those guys being able to play that stage strategy to perfection. Now let's see. What's the remaining lap count? 70, wow. So longer than the first 2 stages combined, so that's pretty nice. Let's see. Love seeing the stages broken down where it's the stage 1 and stage 2 are just slightly less than the entire rest of stage 3 combined. But I would guarantee that some of these guys are banking on getting a caution here relatively quick, because I don't care how how competitive they might be for cars, they are not going to last long without a caution flag, and it looks like that's what they got. So, let's go talk to our Stage 2 winner. Hey, O2, you got a copy?
I'm breathing, yeah.
Well, that's always nice to see. You won that second stage, so congratulations there.
Thank you.
I'm assuming that was just quite a bit of fuel and tire management, trying to maintain that.
You can say that. I passed that line by the skin of my teeth with an empty tank.
Yep. Also, do you know what brought out the caution? Because I didn't actually see anybody spin, so I was just curious.
I don't.
Okay, I wasn't sure if you heard who was hollering for a caution or not.
All I know is I got in the wall and that was it.
Okay. Well, hopefully you can get that truck tuned up and can go up there and try and win this race here in about 70 laps.
Oh, I hope.
Oh, we all hope.
I wouldn't say that.
Well, we all hope. Maybe not all for that same thing, but we all hope. So, here we go. So everybody trying to get caught up here and getting ready for this restart. Looks like they're going to go around one more time. So we'll be going green with 66 laps remaining here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Grab my TV remote so I can get the volume back up when I hop off of here. Okay, doubleheader cup races next two nights, so I'm looking forward to watching both of those. Out this time, and I believe we should see them start to go. Except for, never mind. Looks like they went for another lap. Looks like they had another lap. Oh, there was a car coming off the pit road. Okay, who was that? Oh, there's a couple of cars on pit road right now. So it looks like they weren't going green that time. I thought they were getting ready to go green, but clearly still some guys on pit road, so gonna be waiting for those couple of guys. And it looks like it'll be... Who's that purple car on the front row? Okay, that's C-Man in the 56. And that's Anarchy in the number 3 on the outside. Then you've got the front two starters in Tanklin and Mustang running 3rd and 4th here. Should be going green maybe this time by with 65 to go. I just still don't see Domino. Oh, yeah, here comes Domino. I believe they'll just let him get a flying start because he's going to be behind anyway in like, passing one line, which I guess is fair enough. Uh-oh. Hopefully Keystone's still in the race. I just noticed his Twitch stream died. Feel free to go check him out. He streams all the races. Yeah, it looks like, yeah, he's out. So, Keystone is out, and that also means no lap count from me. But feel free to go check him out on the night when his stream doesn't die on him. For the at twitch.tv/Keystone Corner. It's definitely a bummer to see him gone. But, let's say, not like he was the only competitive car though. Unlike some cases where I've been to races and there's been one guy and clearly no one's gonna beat him except for in the hangout, which ends up happening. So here we go. Tanglin now in command of the race. I believe the backup race official would be the 3 of Anarchy. He's kind of taking over the race director kind of role. So driver of the number 3 truck, I believe, will be now calling the shots. After that, it's kind of out of the way. I don't really have a clue what lap we're on, but Tanklin's running around here. And actually, I wonder if Tanklin's streaming on Mixer, maybe. Check his Mixer. If so, I'll give him a shout out as well, because definitely always nice to see the guys kind of helping me out here. Tank. 11. I don't know where he might be streaming, but let's see. Okay, not on Mixer. Maybe he's streaming on his own Twitch. Yep, there we go. There he is. So he's over at twitch.tv/Tanklin11, so if you guys are looking for for another stream that had the driver audio at your location, I'm gonna end up using it for lap counts from here on out, I guess, and that'll actually give me another guy's fuel and tire numbers actually go off, so I'm not just having Keystone's numbers to kind of look at and evaluate what most of these guys are doing. Yeah, Tanglin definitely though, seeming like he's got this thing under control for the most part. The 3 truck up into 2nd place. We're trying to run him down, kind of like what we saw from Keystone, early on in that 3rd stage, or in that first stage, I mean, where Keystone was trying to chase down Tanglin after Noss's car fell off a cliff. So 58 laps remaining. There we go. So 58 laps remaining. Let's go. You got guys like Anarchy going for it. Yeah, C-Man, B-Mac, Master won stage 2. Tyler's still in it. Domino is up there. The 33 still in it. Of course, the pole sitter currently running 3rd place. Still looking for it, trying to get his 4th win, I believe, of the season. Hard to believe that he's already looking for his 4th win. And so we've only had 5 races complete, and he's won 3 of the 5. He's definitely looking solid on the cut line at this point. I'd say 16 playoff points, he won't be struggling remotely soon. He's been caught by the rest of them, but he really hasn't made any ground up on Tanklin in the last little bit. Tanklin gonna be looking to try and go up there and gain some of this ground. Yeah, Tanklin trying to hold off, but actually Nostang looking to the inside here. Oh, and the three truck up in the wall. That might be a caution, might not be. I'm not really sure. I don't see any other cars affected, so I think we'll stay green, but it'll be hard to tell until we see them kind of let off the gas. Okay, so it only looks like it's going to be an odd week here. Just kind of with a little bit of everything being a little funky. Keystone, this is the first time I believe he's failed to finish a race since failing to qualify, I believe, back on like race 2, I think it was. Oh wait, no, I think he qualified, but just barely for the Daytona race, or was it Xfinity where he had a DNQ? Okay, yeah, he just qualified poorly at both Daytona races. He didn't actually DNQ either. But here we go, Nostang, he's up to second, and he's trying to run down Tanklin. I think Tanklin might be trying to nurse his car around to make sure he can make it that little bit further. Trying to just stretch the fuel and tires as far as they'll go. So you always want to stretch the fuel, but if you end up stretching the fuel and tires too far, you can really end up actually causing yourself more trouble than you're going to end up actually solving by just going out there and running. Yeah, Nostang though definitely seems to be running down the 11 here. Though we're getting pretty late into the run, so I'd start to expect to see some of these guys potentially with some unforced errors just kind of from the lack of rear grip, which I think we saw a lot early in the race, but you haven't really seen a whole lot of it as these guys kind of first saw it. And oh, sorry, Tanklin. I really should just stop speaking with this whole curse thing going on. I mean, the Dyer curse is true. I mean, that right there is another case of it. And now Tanklin is probably not going to get much of a shot here, barring a caution. I literally was saying how, oh yeah, we haven't seen a whole lot of the rear grip being an issue, and now all of a sudden he slides and is looking like he might have even more issues than just that. Having some more handling issues. Yeah, now Nostang is one of those guys that just needs to ride around for the next, like, 2 to 3 laps before his pit stop and just needs to make sure he gets to his pit stop without an issue. Because Tanklin in second, we already know he's got really old tires and is actually struggling on them. So we're just going to have to wait here and see what's going to happen. Yeah, just kind of watching Mustang, waiting to see what we're going to see for a pit strategy here. Because it looks like it'll be a one-stop race from here, potentially, depending on how much further they stretch it. I expect to see Mustang this time by, but hard to tell. If he might try and stretch it one more. Looks like he's going to try and stretch it one more lap. Question is Tanklin also going to do it? Anarchy already in. Seaman's still out there. It looks like a lot of the rest of them are still out there on the track. So here we go. This should be the lap I would anticipate most of these guys coming into the pits, including the top three of Mustang, Master, and Tanklin here. And here we go. Here they all come. 1, 2, and 3. Tanklin actually made some pretty good time getting on pit road there. It looked like, assuming he wasn't speeding, he made some great time. So let's see who's going to be able to get on and off pit road first. So it looks like, okay, Tanklin was not speeding, so he's going to be all good. He's going to have to sit there and wait the penalty out. And it looks like Mustang's going to come out in front, but it is not by a huge amount. Definitely looks like Tanklin was able to close it in a bit through the benefit of the caution, or not caution flag, but kind of pitting with Nos. But man, Nos is just right out the gate again. Say right now we're playing the long game, because right now I think these front three might be right on the money to make it to the end of the race, assuming there isn't another caution here to kind of shuffle up the running order. And actually, Seaman's gained some spots here in the cycle. I'm assuming he had to have come to pit road at some point to not already be out of fuel. Let's see, Tanklin to the back of the 56, and let's see what he's going to do here. Is he going to be patient and kind of work with the 56? No, it looks like he's going to go straight to the bottom, trying to get by him. So we've seen already a couple times tonight that top side really be kind of even with the bottom. 56 able to kind of not necessarily keep it even, but at the very least not get cleared by the 11 until right about now. And now the 11 is clear to come up in front of him, and now he's going to be trying to run down the guy in front of him, who is actually Mustang there. Qualifiers numbers 1 and 2, trying to get this one and see what they can pull off. So top 2 qualifiers, 2 of the fastest guys, clearly, because in single car qualifying, they were the 2 fastest, so they're naturally going to go to the front, I guess it looks like. And that doesn't always play true, but when it does, it's pretty evident who the fastest guys are. Now, granted, of course, when you've got some guys who don't make the end of the race, like Keystone or Hitman, you gotta wonder, okay, what did those two have for him, especially Keystone, because he showed that he was definitely up there. First real connection issue, though, for Keystone all season, so he's done pretty well, and this is gonna hurt him his finish. With a 10th place finish here in the race. That'll be his second finish outside the top 8 this season. And Hitman, this is actually his first finish outside the top 10 all season. Because, of course, he lagged out first. But here we go. Battle actually for the lead while I was going over, while I was trying to figure out where all those guys were going to be to try and help out Keystone with the points. Yeah, so right now the 58 is under attack from that 11, but kind of what we saw earlier in the race. These two are very even, and it's very hard to pass each other early on here. Okay, so looks like Tank they're able to get clear. Mustang second. As these two will probably trade the lead again here before the next pit stop. Still about 15-ish, 15, 16, 17-ish laps off from there, I would anticipate. So I think the big question is going to be is who can make it to 22 or less to go here. Okay, so I believe that, just kind of looking at the laps to go, it looks like they're going to be on pace to make it to about 20, or they can make it to about 10 to go. So they should be all good to make it on one stop from here. I don't think any of them pitted in a spot. Well, I don't think any of them could have pitted, at least not at this point, to make it from here to the end of the stage. I think the window will open in about 10 laps to pit and make it to the end of the race. Now, if I was a betting man, and I'm not, but if I was, I'd probably pit around 15 to go. Get 4 tires and try and make use of them all the way to the finish, rather than pitting, with 10 to go and only having 10 laps on those fresh tires to try and make them work. Now, maybe if I'm someone like Mustang who knows I've been bad on tires after 10 laps, might try that and just go for it. Though I would hope that he's fixed that issue, at least, the severity of how badly it hit him earlier on. Actually, the 3 of Anarchy, he's kind of starting to make his way up there, and hard hit into the wall for someone there. Not sure who that was. Looks like the 55 that issue as well, but that was the 12 there of Tyler. That's going to be an issue there. Mustang now looking kind of out in front of him. watching the leader in lap traffic, and actually the 56 going on by him. For I believe that might be a position that they're battling for. But right now, Tanklin's caught the back of the field. He's going to be trying to get by this lap car as quickly and efficiently as he can. Question is going to be, though, is does Tanklin have the grip to really try and do much about the lap car? Because actually, that lap car looks like he's pulling away from the 11. So I think the lap car actually might have pressured tires. Might be a couple of laps down, actually. And have come to pit road at a different time. Because he's now up there and pulling away from the fastest guy on the track. Well, I guess he isn't the fastest guy on the track if someone's pulling away from him, but you guys know what I mean. And here we go, front two right together once again. One right on top of the other, 28 laps to go. It's actually looking like it might be a little closer than I thought. I thought they'd be able to make it to 10 to go. Looks like they're going to struggle to make it to 20. So, looks like I was more correct the first time I said it than the second. So, yeah, looks like they're going to be able to make it to about 20 to go, which will be just about within their fuel window. I thought they were going to be able to stretch the fuel a little bit further. Now, granted, they aren't really stretching the fuel right now. They aren't really saving much for fuel, but I can't imagine they would have been able to save much more if they'd been focusing on saving. But certainly right now, with the front two right nose to tail, they certainly can't save much. But they've also got to manage those tires getting old here. It's going to be a fun one, though, here to the finish. Definitely going to be a long one. So just kind of looking at the amount of time since the green flag. Yeah, so we're about an hour and 8 minutes in. Let's see where that's gonna put us on pace. So yeah, so an hour and 8 minutes, that gives us about a half an hour to get the final 20 laps in. Yeah, I think this could be a new overall race record, the fastest race of the season. Overall here, because I don't anticipate, and actually NASCAR did get by there while I was checking the record book. So I guess if you guys are a fan of Tanklin, you better hope I check the record book again here pretty soon, because it seems like every time I look away from the screen and I go to check the record books, the lead changes from first and second. Looks like though, yeah, NASCAR coming in here pit road now. That's going to be, let's see, how many laps does that to go into line? 23. That's going to be a tight push to the finish. I'd almost try and get one or two more laps out of it. I'd almost say you got to make it, one more time around here, Tanklin. If I was Tanklin here, I'd almost tell myself, regardless of how bad the tires seem, and it looks like Tanklin agrees with me, he's staying out here. He's going to try and push it. He's going to come to pit road, coming to 21 to go. Oh, and looks like, not sure who that was. I think that might have been B-Mac. Yeah, B-Mac 55. Coming out there. So not only right now does Tanklin have the advantage of, he's out front, so if the caution were to come out, granted, I think he'd run out of fuel under a caution lap. Problem is going to be as if he blows a tire coming to pit road here. but it looks like he got to pit road all good. Question is, was he speeding? No, he was not, or at least not to my knowledge. And looking at the fuel and rating, oh, actually, they might be. I think they might all be good. Looking at the actual estimations, at least. Now, of course, he's going to have those slightly fresher tires, so they aren't going to be completely worn down if they do go for 3 laps here to the finish from the pit stop. Now the question is going to be, where does Mustang cycle out in all this? Of course, Mustang, he's had a couple laps on his tires, so he's already worn them in a little bit. He's got a lot of momentum here as Tanklin's going to be coming off the pit road. Let's see. He's going to have some lap trucks. He's going to go and make the pass in the lead. But I don't know how much he's really going to be able to capitalize on that gap, just kind of looking at it. Honestly, I think he needed to build a bit more of a gap there. Though he did lose 2 spots on track. Actually, I think Nos might not be the race leader at the moment. I think that other truck up in front of them might be actually the race leader. So I think actually Seaman might be the race leader over Mustang and yeah, we're Mustang and Tanklin. Just kind of looking at the gap. Here we go. See, I think Seaman's leading right now, so if Seaman's leading, that would put Nos back to second. So it wasn't actually coming around for the race lead. It actually ended up being for second place that they ended up coming off the pit road for. So this is really going to be an interesting one, because now you've got Mustang that's going to be trying to get to Seaman, but he's also going to have to worry about conserving fuel and tire. Now, the 11, he also has to worry about catching these guys in front of him, but he's got a little less to worry about in terms of fuel and tire, because he's got essentially 2 less laps on his fuel and tires already. So he'll, in theory, go have 2, well, in theory, assuming we have no cautions here and all that, he'll in theory be 2 laps better on fuel and on tire wear. Again, assuming there isn't anything drastic that flips this tire wear thing, like the 11 having a big slide. Or a caution, which would really even all this strategy talk up. Here we go, side by side for the race lead, or not for the race lead, sorry, the second position. Because Seaman is actually the race leader up there, I believe. So Tanky goes on by, Mustang back to third. Though I guarantee Mustang isn't going to want to sit there and just kind of run third. Really, he wants to be taking advantage of his tires while they're still somewhat fresh. Because those tires won't stay fresh for very long here. Seaman just kind of right now it's been kind of slow just without the cautions, kind of bunching the field up, and it's been really a long kind of chess match, because that's really what fuel mileage games really are. It is just a massive chess match with a bunch of moving pieces, because you've got to manage all 4 tires. You've got to manage your fuel. You've got to manage how everybody else is running their race with their 4 tires and their fuel tank. You've also got to manage, okay, how many laps are left, how much do we have left before the end of the race. For someone like Tanklin, you've also got to manage, okay, I want to get ahead of this guy in front of me. The question is, do you risk your tires now to go for them now, or do you hope that they fall back to you as their tires start to wear? Just as I've said, it's a massive chess match here. And with 12 laps to go, I don't really know what the winning strategy move is going to be, or when it was, because to be honest, I think the winning strategy move might have been made 2 pit stops ago when they all decided on their most recent pit stop. Well, on the second to most recent pit stop, a lot of them kind of made the decision that they were going to go for this strategy. Big thing, though, I think that's going to make the big difference is actually, ironically, this most recent pit stop where we saw Tanklin go 2 laps further than the guys he was racing around. Uh-oh, there goes C-Man. Looks like he might have made a little bit of contact with Tyler, and that's going to part the sea and give Tanklin a pretty easy shot at the race lead, but now he's got 2 cars right behind him that are both going to be hungry for this race win. 10 laps to go. I don't foresee Tanklin having an issue on fuel. Question is going to be behind him with the guys kind of running out of fuel. And to be honest, if you're out front and the guys behind you are the ones worrying about fuel, I'd almost say push the pace, make them run faster to try and catch you. I mean, I would honestly say that should be the strategy, is to run as fast as you can. If you're Tanklin, try and make these guys have to play catch up, because you know, at the very least, I know between him and the 58 that the 2 of them came in 2 laps apart, so the Tanklin actually has 2 less laps on his tires. So if you can just push the pace here and try and force a mistake out of the other 2. Now, of course, you gotta be careful, because any mistake by you here, by Tanklin in this case, would put a very swift end to the shot at the win. So yeah, I mean, less than 10 to go. It's gonna come down to, it looks like it's gonna come down to at least the 56 and the 11. I don't know if the 58 is gonna have much for him, but he's gonna get a solid top 3, assuming he is able to take care of his tires to the finish. And oh! 1 car airborne, that might bring out the caution flag, actually. And that would be very interesting if we do see a caution flag come out for that. Because we're close to the end of the race. And that would put us at a very short run to the finish. Then you have to ask the question, do you pit now or not? Because that kind of adds another layer of mind games. 6 laps to go. I don't know if they're going to throw the caution for it. Looks like at this point the decision is no caution, so they're going to just run it out. So, coming to 5 to go this time by. And to be honest, the big difference here is that now Nostang is actually was just battling with the 56 and is now the front car here, trying to race down the 11 with Tanklin, kind of giving Tanklin the insurance policy that he is going to be okay to finish this one out. So it looks like, though, Oh, uh-oh. Looks like the 3 truck just decided to pull out the race now. So he will end up with a 9th place finish there. Almost certainly. Now, of course, a little bit depending still on the, on how the outcome of the rest of the race goes. But yeah, it looks like, Tanklin, though, should be going on to a fairly commanding win here, because I can't imagine on 2-lap older tires and 2 laps less of fuel that that NOS is gonna have much for him. Because NOS, he's been really quick out the gate, but he really has struggled at having long run and long run grip. So here we go. Not many laps left. Let's see. 2 to go. So this one and 1 more. So, and looks like, oh, there's a loss of grip for the 11. That's gonna make this a dogfight. NOS is here and he has come to play. This is gonna be a battle for this race win. Coming to the white flag this time by that little slip there for the 11 might undo what was a very well executed race strategy. Question is, though, does NOS have the rear grip to really make something work here? He's gonna try it. Here we go, side by side into, coming off the corner. Looks like NOS does have the rear grip to do it. Now, question is, what's the 11 gonna do coming back? Coming off this next corner? Is he gonna try something coming to the line? Doesn't look like he's gonna have the energy to do it. And Mustang will win at Vegas. Tanklin comes home so close. So the winning move was made there, coming with 2 to go. Or I guess in this case, the losing move. Because Mustang was able to win purely, I feel like, partially because of that slide that we saw there from Tanklin. Big bummer there. So it was Mustang, Tanklin, C-Man, Master, B-Mac, your top 5. Then Tyler, Domino, the 33. And then we had Anarchy, Keystone, and Hitman rounding out your field. So, man, that was a fun race. And hopefully you guys enjoyed it as well. Remember to tune in tomorrow night around 8:30-ish Eastern time for the Xfinity race. Right back here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. But until then, I will see you guys in the next video, live stream, or whatever you guys decide to do for the rest of your night. Have a great night, everybody.